Your day probably starts like this: alarm on the phone, 3 notifications, quick scroll. Between meetings, a 30-second check becomes 10 minutes. At night, you doom browse and promise one more. Useful? Sometimes. But there's a bill paid in attention, energy, and peace. Here's the core idea. Always-on connectivity charges a tiny tax over and over until it reshapes your day. It shortens focus, flattens relationships, messes with sleep, and lets algorithms nudge your choices. The fix isn't a cabin in the woods, it's better defaults. Attention first. Every ping invites a context switch. Even when you ignore it, part of your brain wonders, was that important? Getting back to deep work takes time, and the quality of thinking drops. You did a lot, but did you move the thing that matters? Time gets chopped into fragments. Shallow cycles between notifications create busy without momentum. You end the day tired and oddly unsatisfied. That's the cost of never reaching depth. Relationships pay a subtle price. Glancing at a phone mid-conversation is a micro-rejection. A few of those per day and interactions get thinner. Presence is a signal. Divided presence is a signal too. Sleep takes a hit. Late screens keep your brain alert. Even if you fall asleep, your mind keeps spinning on unfinished loops. You wake less restored, grab the phone again, and restart the cycle. Then privacy and autonomy. When every tap is tracked, your feed's optimized for what keeps you there, not what serves you. I'll check one thing becomes 20 minutes because the schedule isn't yours. There's money too. Subscriptions, impulse IAPs, higher data plans, quiet drips. The bigger cost is opportunity. The book you didn't read, the side project you delayed, the activity you skipped. Creativity suffers when boredom disappears. Idle moments, waiting, writing, staring out a window, are where ideas connect. Patch every gap with content, and you lose the spaces where insight lands. To be clear, connectivity is powerful. Instant help, global collaboration, real community. The problem is the default setting. So let's change it, without quitting the internet, of course. Make these moves. Set defensive defaults. Turn off every non-human notification for a week. Likes, promos, suggested for you, news alerts. Keep messages, calls, calendar. Add back only what you truly miss. Protect one focus window daily, 60 to 90 minutes. Phone in another room. Status set to heads down. One task chosen in advance. Leave a note in chat. Focus block back at 11:30. You're not hiding, you're training your environment. Batch communication. 2 or 3 windows to process email/DMs. Outside those, let the inbox be a bucket, not a drip. Truly urgent people will call. Reduce frictionless openings. Move social apps off your home screen. Disable lock screen previews. Use a boring wallpaper. Small speed bumps stop autopilot thumbs. Guard the edges. Morning, don't start in someone else's agenda. 5 minutes of quiet, a quick plan, then begin. Evening, pick a phone off time, charge outside the bedroom. If you need an alarm, get a $10 one. Create a single-purpose device. An e-reader for books, a cheap music player for workouts, a kitchen tablet set to recipes or recipe books. When a device does one thing, you do that thing. Define your minimum digital dose. Write it down. 3 message batches, 1 news check, 30 minutes of deliberate social, whatever fits. More is allowed, but now there's a baseline you can return to. If your job feels always urgent, align on norms. Many teams thrive on immediate for true emergencies, same day for everything else. Put urgent on a special channel with a unique sound. Silence the rest during focus blocks. Clarity lowers anxiety. What changes when you do this? Longer stretches of real thinking. Better conversations. Improved sleep. And you still get the upside of being connected without the background process constantly eating your RAM. Treat attention like a budget. If an app wants your time, it should pay you in value, energy, knowledge, income, or real connection. If it doesn't, tax it, move it off the home screen, delete it for a week, or confine it to a single nightly check. You're not quitting, you're ending the subsidy. The hidden costs aren't a personal failing. They're the predictable result of systems tuned to capture attention. Change the defaults and you change the bill. Start with one defensive change and one protected window this week. Then tell me in the comments, what cost did you notice most and which tweak paid you back fastest? Subscribe for more follow-ups and like if you found this video useful.